A majority of the things that are being made on Quest 3, they can be done on Quest 2, but a little less powerful. You're just gonna have less power in general.
Hell, if you think about it, like, those who are worried that, oh, when the Quest 3 comes out, the Quest 2 will become, obsolete. Like, let's face facts here for a minute, okay? Let's take, PlayStation and Xbox, for example. When the next console came out, there was a brief period of time where it didn't even matter. It was kind of a non. It was a moot point essentially.
It still
Like
doesn't matter.
basically, yeah. Like all the games that you could still play on PS4, you can still play on PS5. It's just
5.
that PS5 now has some exclusives for PS5, which is great. Like
Great.
because it slowly transitions out of being relevant. That way, like you don't have to just worry about, oh, great, now my PS4 is just a worthless hunk of junk. No, you can still get
Yeah.
enjoyment out of it and still play new games. It's just eventually it'll get to the point where, like, once it gets far enough, it'll become obsolete.
Yeah.
Like, look at the PlayStation 2. People still love that shit. And yet, technically speaking, they're not making any more games for PlayStation 2 ever again. So it's like,
So,
doesn't really make a difference.
I
Like,
mean, it's because nowadays the way of they are doing things is like, oh yeah, we cannot just make a new console and put it on your ass. We need to make a new console and give you reasons to buy this new console because they don't get money selling the consoles anymore. They get money selling the games.
yeah, it's the games that really make the money these
Yeah,
days, which is why, ironically enough, um, I am actually going to bring up something in a minute here about games and stuff since you brought that subject up to me.
yeah,
Uh, but basically, I do want to say before I bring up this thing that I just thought about, I want to bring up the fact that, like, you know, with most systems and consoles, that is the case where, like, the next system doesn't really matter. The only time I've ever seen it be where suddenly the last thing that they put out became obsolete is specifically with Nintendo. But to be fair, in their defense, they had a lot of trial and error until they came to the Switch, and now that they have the Switch, they're kind of just pouring what they got into that.
yeah.
So,
The Wii U
like,
though. The Wii U though. I
yeah,
still have a Wii U.
dude,
I still have it.
I don't give a I don't care what anybody says. Fucking Wii Sports was some of the best fucking gaming I've ever done in my entire life as a kid. Like, that shit was fire, and I don't care what anybody says. I'd die on that hill.
Bro, Xbox and PlayStation was getting the try hard, making like fucking Call of Duty. You go to Wii and the guys fucking getting on the Wii Sports, playing fucking baseball.
Dude, Wii Sports was so simplistic, but at the same time, and it wasn't baseball. No, fuck baseball. That shit was annoying as hell. Nah, it's bowling where it was at.
Bowling.
It was bowling, it was sword fighting, and it was like all those other really fun, unique ones. But the thing is, it showed the factor that, you don't gotta have something super fucking clever or a AAA title to be good. Like, Nintendo does that best. They put out things that seem like so simplistic in nature, but are really, really fucking good. You know?
Yeah, if you think about that, there is no one that can compete with Nintendo what they do, because like while like
Yeah.
PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X are like 5,000 more strong than Nintendo Switch, who in the fuck has a Nintendo Switch? No one else does a Nintendo Switch. And you see the games for those things. Every single game that Nintendo makes for the Nintendo Switch, they look fucking amazing. Even if the fucking console is like
Yeah.
dog water in power. Like
Like,
how in the fuck?
let me, yeah, let me just put it to you this way, okay? Like, the thing that makes Nintendo so unique away from the other gaming companies is the factor that they do not compromise their style for sales. They have a specific way of going about things, which is a family friendly environment that you know, when you're playing one of their games, you know you're playing one of their games. Like they're very obvious. They have tells to them. Like if I look at a
Exactly,
Nintendo
exactly.
game, I know it's a Nintendo game. But if I'm looking at a game that is shared between both Xbox and PS5, I can't tell you which it came out on first.